I thought that we had something special. I thought I handled this so well. I know we had the right intentions, but somehow it came to an end.
Hey guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I will be going through and organizing certain areas in our kitchen. Over time, it just needs to be gone through, decluttered, especially for the new year. So if you are in search for some organizing motivation, you have clicked on the right video. So if you're excited to get some, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let's jump right into it. Okay, so I'm going to be starting out with our pantry. I already have done a completely dedicated pantry organizing video, so I'm not doing like a full makeover sort of thing, but I do need to do some upkeep as well as labeling a few things, so let's get started with that. Okay, so now that we're starting out with the pantry, this is what it looked like a few days ago when it was completely untouched, and it definitely didn't look horrible, but it definitely was not at its best. So what else should I be doing on Christmas Eve evening than organizing? So this is just me kind of going through. I was kind of in this spur at the moment sort of thing where I just really wanted to get organizing. So this is just a few clips of me decluttering this bottom shelf, and then I will get to showing you what it looks like now.
I get unstable. I get unstable. I push you back.
So this is what the pantry is looking like now, a few days later. It's definitely looking a lot better, but I'm not completely done with it yet. I do want to do a few labeling things and just a little bit more of organizing. So let's get to that now.
Looking back at the good times before it all went down. Climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life. You left me running on and on, but I don't care, would you let me in? You said goodbye like everything's gone, everything that we could have been. But I know you're my liability.
A few weeks ago, I went to Marshall's and picked up this basket, saving it for some point where I needed it for an organizing project, but I was just switching it out with the one that I had in here currently before so that it would match the other one that was in here before. Really hope that made sense, but I just realized, of course, I'm wearing the exact same outfit as just a few days earlier.
You say that you're sorry. We turn the page and make up. A broken trust got you haunted. The doubt in you was enough to leave me chasing you on and on. But I don't care, I will let you.
Here is what I meant by the baskets. They just look a little bit more neat and just a bit more cohesive now. But the one on the left I actually had picked up from Goodwill a while back. But now I want to get to labeling these containers, not the ones on the top because it's pretty obvious what's in them, but the ones down here I do want to label, like condiments over there, and then over here like sweets and like protein for like protein bars. I actually got the home edit book from a friend of mine for Christmas, and I've been loving reading it, and I'm gonna use a few of the labels that came with that as well as a few other ones to label all of this.
Oh, what a hopeless case we could be. Yeah. Oh, what a hopeless place that we're in. but I'm your liability. I know you are mine.
I honestly find this hilarious that I put a protein label on a container literally full of candy, but don't worry, I will eventually get to putting protein bars in here, but I haven't gotten a chance to go to the grocery store quite yet. Okay, so you guys may or may not recognize this organization from a past Kitchen Organized With Me video. It is still really, really well organized, pretty much exactly the way that I left it the first time when I organized it, so this definitely has been working out really well, which feels really good. But since I have these labels, I've never really gotten around to labeling them. I have done it a long time ago on the caps, and it just does not look too cute, so I never really show it. I know what these are, but other people really don't, so I'm going to label them now because I think it'll look really cute, and you know what, I have the labels on hand, so it'll be fun to do. Now the struggle is just to figure out which shape I want. Oh no.
The times before it all went down, climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life. You left me running on and on, but I don't care, would you let me in?
Now that the labels are all done, I am really happy with the way they turned out. I do think it looks really cute. While my handwriting is far from perfect, I do really like how the flower label turned out, but overall, I do think it's going to be a lot more practical as well as very aesthetically pleasing. I wanted to show you guys as well. I ended up labeling our dog treats container, not our dog, and I think that looks really sweet, as well as this lint container for our laundry closet. Okay, so here is how the pantry is looking. I love it. I think it looks so cute. I'm definitely not quite at the point of my dream pantry, but we are getting very close. Like I said earlier, I'm not planning on labeling this stuff on this top shelf because the contents inside of them are shifting and changing quite often, and it's pretty obvious what's inside, although I do really love the way that these labels turned out. I think that it'll be really practical to have the sweets and then the granola bars in that container, so I really love that, as well as the condiments over here and just some general snacks as well over here. But in general, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. And I do think that these labels are actually really practical, especially for guests coming over, not just for the looks. Although it does look really cute. We are now on to the second to last place we will be organizing in today's video, which is our coat closet that is right off of our kitchen. And I'm really apologize for the lighting in here, but I did really want to show you guys the transformation because I do think it turned out really good. But I'm going to just kind of jump right into the before and afters while also showing you guys a little bit in between. So let's get started with this. I'm going to start out the organizing of this coat closet with these top baskets. I'm just going to start by taking everything out and just organizing and decluttering and everything else in between.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
After a little while, we have these bins completely organized and decluttered. In this bag, I have the donations or things for any of our friends if they want it. But in this one, I have different hats and gloves, just some different winter apparel. And then in the next basket, I just have under here, I have some bags. And then on top, I just place this hat that I use in the summertime, but really minimal. We don't really use the stuff up here anyways, but it is great for storage.
does a start with your name? One thing I know is that there should.
After I cleaned that top shelf off, I could put the baskets back on, and then I'm going to declutter these jackets, and then I'll just show you guys the before and after of this floor area. Okay guys, so this is like a contraption that I kind of created with these like shower rings, as you can see, and I put them on this hanger, but I do kind of like the system a lot, but I do need to declutter them because a lot of these scarves I just don't wear anymore.
I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could?
I thought I would just jump right into showing you guys the before and afters of this coat closet because it was really difficult for me to film this lower section of me decluttering, but I hope it still gives you guys a lot of motivation to see the before and afters. Now on to the last and final area that we will be organizing in today's video, which are these two lower cabinets in our kitchen. These have been on the back burner for a long while, and I'm just so excited to finally tackle them. And I want to be honest with you guys and real, this is what it honestly looks like. So I do want to be completely transparent with the true mess of this area, but now let's get started with organizing and decluttering this area because man, does it need it. Doing for this space is taking everything out and figuring if it needs to be put in the trash, being donated, or put into another space in our home.
I would have told you I miss your smile. I thought of you as a friend who can't let go.
After cleaning the cabinet and figuring out what stuff I want to keep in it, here are the things that I know I no longer want to keep in it, and I'm going to end up putting them into piles for different areas in our home. So here are things that the black gloves right there and things like that is for my dad. That stuff is for my bedroom. This basket I need to give back to my grandma that she let me borrow. Some snacks that I honestly didn't at the moment know what to do with, but I ended up finding a space for. Some trash and recyclables, and just other things that I need to get rid of. And then over here is also some other miscellaneous things that I ended up finding a good space for. We are now at the before and afters, and this is obviously what it looked like before and now after. I'm very happy that I got this off of my to-do list. It felt so good, but I'm really, really obsessed with the transformation. On the top shelf of this first cabinet, I had this container with the essentials like measuring tape and things like that, some pens, some twisty ties and things like that. Over here, it may look like a disaster, but I promise you it really isn't because we like having the screws really easy to grab and just kind of go through, just to throw in, and I really hope that makes sense. But then over here in this basket is like more used essentials, but then at the same time less used on the top here. And then over here I have just my candles and things like that, as well as over here in this next basket, things that I really don't use very often, but we still would like to have on hand. So very happy with that cabinet. And over here is things like returns and things. I really wanted to keep it completely clear, so anytime we have to return anything, we have a cabinet for it and it's not cluttering up our countertops. Okay guys, well that will be it for today's video. As you can see, the sun is setting. It has been a long day, but I'm really proud with the organization that we were able to accomplish today. If you got some organizing motivation, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. It feels so good to get this done before the new year. And I will see you guys next week where I'll be posting some extra motivation for the new year.